what's fascinating about young people today is many of them are natively digital, natively interested in technology, and understand that technology does solve problems and make our lives better.
As a keynote speaker at Web Summit 2022, Cathie Wood, founder of Ark Invest, made a bold prediction on the future of her 5 innovative platforms: blockchain technology, genome sequencing, artificial intelligence, robotics, and energy storage. The interview was a bit of a combative one, with the interviewer pressing Cathie on divulging why her ideas will flourish despite not adhering to traditional benchmarks and her fund currently down 75% from its all-time high, 62% year-to-date, and also questioning Cathie's new fund, which will give the opportunity for a younger audience to invest with a lower monetary barrier of entry. Cathie stood her ground, relying on her research and showing proof of concept with her 20x call on Tesla, when everyone said the trade was crazy. Despite the doubter, Cathie is adamant that her 5 innovative platforms will explode, even making a very bold prediction for the next 5 years. But before we listen to Cathie, if you're new to the channel or not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, as we put out daily content to keep you updated on the current market and news.
So, Ark does one thing. We don't pretend to be an asset allocator. Our clients are the asset allocators. And our clients decide for their clients how much risk can this client tolerate. So we focus exclusively on disruptive innovation, research, and investing, nothing much. We're not distracted by anything. So it's really up to asset allocators and to individuals also to assess their risk tolerance. The great thing about young people and today is they are cutting their teeth on cryptocurrencies, crypto assets, which are extremely volatile, much like our funds are. They understand if you keep your eye on the prize, you're going to win. As we were going into COVID, in a 1-month period, we were down 46%. If you look at Ark's entire lifespan, its fund span, roughly 8 years now, you'll see that there have been risk-on, risk-off periods. And our client base, our asset retention has been phenomenal because our clients know that you average down into periods like this. And they also know and are learning as they study the various benchmarks and indexes out there that they don't have the kind of disruptive innovation that our funds do. We are a great diversifier. We think most individuals and institutions are short truly disruptive innovation and that we can help diversify them. The last 20 years, 22 years, have been characterized increasingly by a shift towards passive investing and benchmark-sensitive investing. Why is that? It is because of the tech and telecom bust, and then again, 08, 09. And many people saw these benchmarks, the passive indexes, doing better than investors who actively manage their portfolios. Well, this was part of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you have the pendulum swinging towards these benchmarks and towards passive, they probably will outperform. But if we are right, and for the first time in history, we have 5 innovation platforms, 14 technologies, the seeds of which were planted more than 20 years ago, all ready for prime time now, all ready for exponential growth opportunities. What that means is the traditional world order is going to be disrupted. How? These 5 innovation platforms, they are going to impact every sector, every industry, sub-industry company. So we use our research. The screen for our portfolios is not a backwards-looking index. That would defeat the purpose of investing in the future, right? The screen is our research, and we give it away so that our clients and others can understand why we're investing in these technologies, why we think they're so important, and why they should get on the right side of change. This is part of our mantra. Many people think they are exposed to our kinds of strategies, the disruptive innovation with NASDAQ 100, for example. They are not. If you look into that index, which you find FANGs, NVIDIA, good company, Tesla. We own the last two, but we have not owned the FANGs for quite some time in our flagship strategy. And if you look down below in the other 50% of that portfolio, you'll find food stocks, you'll find brick and mortar retail, you'll find utilities, you'll find energy.
But that's to make things safer in the long run, to diminish the risk usually.
You know what? If people want innovation, they should invest. Someone should provide them with innovation and not a hedge. Their advisors can hedge, or they themselves can hedge. You can hedge with cash as well. Well, if you think about innovation that's going to disturb the traditional world order, who are the big banking clients of these banks, right? The traditional world order. They give them a lot of business. And these littler companies, smaller companies, are nipping at their heels, and they're basically dismissing them. And so we are the only company, I think, doing the depth of research on truly disruptive innovation out there. And we are also doing something else that traditional research firms do not do anymore. They used to when I started in the business. We are focused on a 5-year investment time horizon for our public portfolios, and now for our public-private crossover fund, longer still. This is what's missing in this market, this very short-term behavior that has forced management teams into basically catering to short-term desires like buying back shares, paying dividends, instead of investing in innovation. I do believe that during the past 20 years, we have been through the most massive misallocation of capital in history. Well, first, let's discuss how we get there. We focus on something called Wright's Law. Wright's Law is a relative of Moore's Law. Moore's Law is a function of time. Wright's Law is a function of units. And Wright's Law is working better in the semiconductor industry than Moore's Law is these days. We center our research around understanding how technology learning curves are going to translate into cost declines, and how soon these technologies will become inexpensive enough for broad-based access. So that's what we do, technology by technology. 5 years is our investment time horizon. We believe these technologies are going to scale in the global equity markets from $8 trillion now to $210 trillion by 2030. And if you want to see the building blocks for this, go to Ark Invest. Our big idea is 2022, and you'll see the building blocks for that $210 trillion number.
To watch the full conference, check out the link in the description. What do you think of Cathie's thoughts here? Do you think her 5 innovative platforms will reach a market cap of $200 trillion? Leave a comment. If you found value in the content, hit the like button. It only takes a second, but it really helps the channel find similar viewers like you. If you're new to the channel or not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button, as we put out daily content to keep you up to date on the current market and news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.